Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. We're so happy you're with us. It's cold today.
It's cold today and we're boring.
Why are we boring?
Because we're doing a podcast midday. I had a scheduling conflict yesterday and oh my God, it's boring. We kind of like ending the day, right?
It usually is, I consider it
our own happy hour.
It's like a happy hour nightcap for me.
It is.
We usually do record during the evening hours where it might be more socially acceptable for a happy hour, but we do live on the beaches. So I was just threatening Stephanie that when she comes right back to me to edit this lovely episode, there might be a beverage waiting for her.
Yes. Well, and I went to a meeting in Tampa a couple weeks ago and I stopped to get a coffee and the meeting started at 11. And I stopped to get a coffee and I was like, the Dunkin' Donuts lady gave me the coffee and I was like, this is so boring. And she was like, what? And I'm like, I'm from the beaches. This is just so boring here. But like across the bridge, I mean, even across like the Madeira Beach Bridge.
Yeah.
It just turns into a regular world.
It is. And it's like back to reality. So,
here we go.
But, people tend to look, the other way, apparently, if there's sand between your toes and you have a beverage in the AM hours.
Right. So we're just trying to live up to our motto.
It's just a fishing town with a drinking habit. I don't want to say problem because then we have to go to meetings.
No, we don't want to go to meetings. No, you and I are meetinged out.
Yeah. Oh God. Right. Well, and exactly, I was going to say
we don't need any more meetings.
Conflicts last night during our normal record. We actually already went to another meeting this morning. So, and then apparently we're now a part of a board and that's going to lead to more meetings. So that'll be fun. I think we might be addicted. So
what were we told? We were both told voluntold.
Voluntold, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and then of course I had to be an idiot and say I volunteer as tribute, even though I'd already been nominated. I'm like, shut up, Caitlin! Like, just shut up.
You're getting mentioned in every meeting, so you can't shut up because it's actually just going to be part of it. You don't even if there's anyone that doesn't have a choice, it's you. It's actually you.
Perfect.
So perfect.
Except when they try to make me be something I'm not. Like, I'm all for supporting with John's Pass Village. I think it's common knowledge now that between us two squirrel friends, you are the business owner in John's Pass Village, though, and I happen to frequent it. And I have been using, I don't know, is it an excuse? Is it a grandfather in? Is it I'm just going to keep coming till they tell me not to. But
it might be all those things, but I will say that when we were holding the meetings it was over a year and a half ago, truthfully. True. At this point, maybe, probably August of 2024 was the last one.
You're right.
Honestly.
Good God.
That's actually was the last like village meeting that we had that was pulled back to like Final Friday.
Correct. Yeah.
And you and I enjoyed, here we go full circle to the beginning of the conversation, the free drinks we were given.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, the evidence is just compiling as we go, but we were there to show support, and that got brought up, and
it needs to happen.
I was gonna say, stay tuned for so many exciting things that we hope to bring to the good people with John's Pass. I mean, I'm encouraged. I realize there's been many comments made that this has been attempted in the past, but I feel like there's a really good group of people involved.
There is
that have the longevity and the interest to see it through.
Yeah, and some of the people that have been involved in it for a really long time and been there for a really long time, were wanted to be active participants. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going
to be fantastic, and I'm excited to see what happens as a result of it. And here's to 2026. Because
that's right.
Apparently we're just going to throw more parties. Not that there's not enough going on in this damn town every freaking weekend. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
But yeah, I was going to say later in the episode, we will make sure to tell you good people, because we have been kind of breadcrumbing you since I would say mid-November regarding events, because we just don't want to be overwhelming to everyone. I don't know if everyone listens to itineraries as much as we do, but there's just so much that we felt as though it would be.
Yeah. No, it's just too much to deliver. I mean, it was just way too much to deliver. And yeah, we'll get to that. But I did for the recordings now, I do timestamps
Yay.
so that it'll make it easier. If someone wants to tune in to the specific time frame because maybe they just don't get enough in the reel,
Yes.
you can go to our direct episode and just go to the timestamp and it'll be labeled so that you know, like Madeira Beach events or whatever events we're talking about, so that you can go right to it and listen to the full, I mean, details, or I don't know, crazy
I
dialogue
like
that
it.
we have, whatever way we have it.
I like it though. I'll tell you the truth. I wish my DVR did something similar.
Oh,
Like
I
I want to
know.
know, like I just watched Little Women this weekend for probably the 89th time in my life. And I want to fast forward past the part where Beth dies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for anyone that doesn't already know how Little Women ends.
I hadn't even seen it yet. Oh,
No, damn
man.
it, Caitlin, right? They only had 5 versions of it with Emma Watson or whatever the hell her name is. So
I think I actually had to read it in high school, if I'm not.
I don't know. I haven't seen the most updated version that was with, and I don't know why,
I don't
but
know.
I have not seen the most recent Little Women remake, I guess. And apparently it was a big deal. It was a good job. To me, Susan Sarandon, Claire Danes, Winona Ryder, Kirsten Dunst, shut the hell
A
up.
star.
Why did you touch it? Get
yeah.
out. But
Yeah, no, I mean,
they
Susan
had Meryl
Sarandon
Streep.
alone. Yeah,
So maybe
that's
I
true.
should watch it. I know.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. I
yeah.
mean, she's just classic. Have you seen the little teaser for the second go at for the what's the movie her and Anne Hathaway do?
The Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, there's a little teaser with it.
There is. I haven't seen that yet. Okay.
Yeah, Miranda's standing. Well, yeah, Miranda
Miranda
Priestley, right?
Priestley,
Yeah, she's
yes.
standing in the elevator, and Andy or
Yep.
Andrea.
Yeah, right.
Andrea.
Don't be ridiculous, Andrea.
Gets exactly. Well, what does she call her no matter what for
Emily.
a while? Emily. Yeah, she would,
because that's the name of what's her face. Yeah. Emily. Yeah.
Everyone's Emily. She gets in the elevator and she's like, Miranda, and she's like, Andrea. I'm like, oh my God,
I can't wait. I cannot wait. I have high hopes. I was happy with Hocus Pocus 2. I was happy with it. Don't get me wrong. I don't know.
if I saw
I have
one or
no
two.
like constructive criticism on how it could have been better. I think they tied it together really nicely. And of course, I love Kathy Najimy and Bette Midler and everything. And of course, I'm excited to see the return of these characters in The Devil Wears Prada. But it's just like every time, you're like, do it right.
Right.
You better do it right.
Or
it's going to be one of those Dirty Dancing remakes where we all burn the studio down.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, could crash it. But I mean, so many of the actors are coming back that will be helpful, and there's so much more developed than they once were.
If Stanley Tucci's in it, I will see it.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yes.
And Emily Blunt, who was barely Emily Blunt then, right?
I mean, she was true.
I mean, she was rising, I don't know, star, but she was becoming well known. But
she wasn't who she is now. Good. Yeah, that's very true.
I think
I'm very excited about that.
June, I think they said June maybe is when it's coming out. So,
well, it'll be here before we know it. But now I'm just thinking like, oh, why'd you tell me now? You should have waited. I'm like a child. You have to wait for like 30 days before and tell me.
You're going to be like, the whole time you're going to be like, when are we getting there? How
much
longer? Are we there yet?
Is it out yet? Right.
The classic version that my parents would say the entire time. It didn't matter if we were traveling like to Florida from Chicago, or if we were traveling like, I don't know, to go eat dinner. It would be, how long are we there yet? How much longer? 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
It didn't matter how long it was. It would be always 20 minutes. It didn't matter. That was what they always gave us. And sadly enough, we always believed it. We're like, okay, 20 more minutes. Yeah.
That is beautiful. And I'm happy that you and your sister just accepted that. My brother and I were horrible human beings, apparently, and would have been like, liars. Like, my brother would have whipped out the digital watch that he finally got approval to buy because Bambi was good enough to make us read a real face watch before she would buy us the digital ones.
Yes.
And we were the only losers in the grade before we got our digital watches that had analog watch or whatever it is. So
Yes.
good job, Bambi. You did okay. But
Yeah,
we
you
did
did
not
good.
we did not take your lying about mileage lightly.
No,
So
yeah, no. We would have to guess what time, so that kind of, I don't know, didn't really work hand in hand, but I guess
yeah.
when we got close enough, we would say, "What time do you think?" And we would guess, like everything is a competitive game in my father's world.
This
Doesn't
is
matter
gonna
if you're
sound
eating
so
or
yeah. This is gonna sound so horrible. And it just goes to show like we don't live in the same age anymore. Both my parents, when I was an adolescent, were smokers. I would say that my
oh,
father more than my mother. And in the car, my mom was always really good about not smoking in the car. But if we were on a road trip with dad, there will be a cracking in the window and there will be a cigarette
isn't
had.
that
And of
crazy?
course, we're in the back of the 1989 Dodge Caravan.
Of
So, I
course
mean,
you
there's a
are.
row of seats between us, but come on.
That's
So
crazy.
it is
He
crazy,
flicks the
right?
cigarette and it comes all the way back
Well,
into the
let's
back
also
and
talk about the fact that usually when we're on the road like that, it's the holidays and we're
yeah,
traveling to Iowa and it's freezing outside. So it's like right when
and
the
he's got
van
his
gets
window cracked.
and the window's cracked and the wind is coming straight to the back of the van.
Of course it is.
Oh, so not
You
only
can still feel it. That is so
I I
cute.
was gonna say my fingers just got cold and then I
Yeah.
literally was and we would just
How could you
complain
not?
the whole time. We would complain the whole time. Ah, it's cold. It stinks. It stinks in here. It's cold. It stinks. It's cold. My dad's like, what the hell ever? And like kept driving. There
Your
was
mom's
no,
like, Jack.
no, she just was like, it'll be over soon. Just shut up. I was kidding.
Oh my God, I love it.
No, she
Oh, I
she's
love
like, Jack,
that.
that's enough. Put it out. Come on. That's enough. That's enough.
The
So,
kids are
and again,
cold.
my parents were very loving people. Okay. Like,
Yes.
I'm fine. Everyone's
Yes.
fine. This is just what happened in the
It's just the way it
80s,
was.
in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and
No,
then
that's
the
right. I
early
remember being on
90s.
a plane when it was like smoking only and
Yes.
row like 25 up. And it's like, do you not think that carries?
So
Like if
26
I'm at
is
24, you're screwed.
exactly
How does that even make that
smoking.
make sense in this
Okay,
world
let's
today?
look at the Applebee's. Let's look at TGIF Fridays, smoking or non. It's a
Yeah.
half glass wall. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but if
matter.
you worked there, because I worked at TGI Fridays, you wanted the smoking section because smoking section usually meant they drank. And if
Eh,
they drank, that pulled the check
eh.
up.
Well, and
Mhm. You
usually
always
they're
wanted section 17 when you were working at TGI Fridays because that was the smoking section.
as far as I'm concerned, anyone that took a table with more than one child was a martyr, okay? Because
Yes,
it never failed. You got the crayons that are broken now and they're
everywhere.
in the booth. You got crackers that are just literally somehow disintegrated into such a fine powder that you can never get it out of the carpet under the table with that little silent roller vacuum. And it's just like, no, it never fails. All of a sudden, a steak knife's missing. And it's like, why would you let a 3-year-old have a steak knife? And he took it. It's in his backpack, and it's just like, what is
Exactly.
happening? And now I have to pay for the steak knife because, little Jimmy wasn't under, enough parental watch.
Exactly.
Oh God. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, give me the smoking section any day. I am with you. By the way, I do like children. I know
Well,
it
I know
comes
you do,
off
but
contradictory.
children and restaurants don't always match. They
And
don't
I get
always.
it, man.
It
You don't want
actually,
to
it's
cook. You don't
children
want to
and
do
restaurants are
dishes.
fine. It's the parents and what they're doing with the children in the restaurant. Now they just hand them an iPad. I mean, that's the
Perfect.
way it is now.
Just kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to well, we didn't have iPads when my kids were growing up. They were, that was kind of pre-iPad stage, but so we had to actually entertain our kids while we were getting our
Well, and
drink
see,
on, but
I made
whatever.
another comment that dated us because I'm like thinking, okay, here's your paper menu and here's your crayons. Okay. So I'm like,
Yep.
broken crayons and everything. And then wax somehow he got to a temperature of 257 degrees
Yes.
and did a weld on the chair of the booth. And I'm
Or
like, what
sticking
is
them up his
happening?
nose. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And, and the parents just like, can we get more French fries? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Where are
I'm
those
like,
free crackers? We need more of those.
he's like carving his initials into his arm right now. No, I was kidding.
With the steak knife that we have gone missing.
Well, you know what?
He's
Take it
giving
because
himself a jail tap right now
yeah,
because
take it
you're
because now
not
it's a
paying
weapon.
attention.
Take it because now it's a weapon that has DNA on it. I don't want it. So, oh my God.
That one you get to keep.
Yeah,
Free
right.
with purchase.
That one's on me. Exactly. So tell him it's a pirate saber. So No, but okay, timestamps, bring it all the way back. I just want to say how
Yes.
exciting that is because, again, for you guys to be able to tune in if you see something on the socials and then you're able to flip forward to our full episode to hear what it is that you want to hear more about versus having to listen to the whole deal, even though we're worth every second.
I mean, every second.
Just golden
Seriously,
nuggets of knowledge. I mean, you're
seriously.
welcome.
Yes, exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome for
Speaking
filming this for you.
Yeah, yeah, again, I figured there's just some
Our
the worst case
documentary.
scenario, our documentary will go in the time capsule and then we'll just laugh about it when we're both ghosts.
That's right. That's right. Or
Oh
maybe
my
people will
god.
listen to it then. Whatever. It's like artwork.
You know
It
what?
doesn't get appreciated till you die.
I was like, what if we
Yes.
become one of those vintage artists that literally just become famous after our death and then you know what, guys? This is going to be worth some money. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Taking bids.
All of a sudden it's on
Oh my gosh.
the rich
Anyway,
and the famous of Hollywood. We have
that's
the
right.
real salty
Of
pod
Madeira Beach.
of Madeira Beach. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
and
we need to
honestly,
just get
smell
a
it.
stamp to put over it. Madeira Beach.
I was gonna
Sometimes.
say, we'll get on it. But speaking of haunting places, I feel like you and I were just running circles around each other in John's Pass Village this
We
weekend.
were, yeah, what we were doing this weekend. Yeah. I mean, for one weekend that we had all these activities, you and I actually never like
I don't know
left each
how.
other. It's crazy. Well,
It was almost like we planned it to like tag team the events and be
I
like, you got
know
this, I got that, you got this, you got that, I got that. And in reality, it was just I think
the
our
way our lives
schedules,
work.
it was just the way life worked, right?
Yeah, just the way that
Exactly.
life worked. Yeah. I mean, so Friday night you went to, did you go to the decorating on Wednesday night?
I did not,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no, but I heard, so on Thursday night, I was at the Cambria for the lieutenant governors came over and did like
Oh
a
yeah.
little,
The
yeah. So
Lieutenant
I
Governor
went to
Jay
that.
Jay Collins.
Yeah. It actually former mayor John Hendricks gave him this compass. it,
Saw
it
that.
was so touching. I mean, it was like tear jerking touching. It was a compass that his father had in World War II,
Oh
and
wow.
he gave it to him, like presented it to him after kind of the Q&A section, and and he gave him a little speech. I mean, he got a little emotional, as anyone would, because of just the the value, not even monetarily, but just the value that it had to him. But he gave it to him as this will always lead you in the right direction. It was just, oh, it was so touching. It was so unexpected, because usually it's just like they were talking about the property taxes piece and trying to get rid of the property taxes. And there was a couple of questions. One question, it was like, read the agenda. That's not what we're here to talk about, but that's fine. That's what sometimes people do.
As the
And
meeting frequenters, we
yes,
know how meetings
exactly.
are done and we
But
don't like
as every great politician, they know how to go ahead and quickly answer and then shift it over to what they want to talk about, which is fine. And he's there to push the property taxes, as that's we've talked about briefly before, but
we did.
Florida's trying to
Yeah.
get rid of their property taxes for specifically homestead, if not more, but they're exploring that route right now. And that will be a vote, but just like a lot of the votes, they have to be 60% of the people agree. So we'll see. But so I was at that. But I
There better
heard,
be
the whole point of mentioning that was that I had heard from a couple of city people that Wednesday night's decorating went really, really well, which is good. And then Friday night, you got to go to the
yes.
80s themes pub bar
Oh,
crawl.
oh my gosh. So Friday night was amazing. Bravo to the Johns Pass business owners. Bravo to the city of Madeira Beach.
It's only going to get bigger,
It's
I
going
think
to be
so. I
amazing. So
cannot wait for next year already, because I think that with the earlier conversation that we were having about
yes.
just trying to get in front of events as a group, I
Yes.
think it's going to be better next year.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway,
Stay tuned because we have it on good authority. At least for the first few months of the year, it will be Final Friday, and it will be on the last Friday of the month, which will make it really easy for you guys to remember when to come see
yes.
us every month for the first beginning of the year.
Yeah.
We have it on good authority that moving forward, it might fall back to a Final Friday schedule. So stay tuned on that. We'll definitely keep you guys up to date. I was so happy because honestly, I went to the Village Friday in November, and obviously, people have a lot of things going on. There could
Yeah.
be factors, football plays a factor, Thanksgiving plays a factor, other events in town going on, people traveling, whatever not. But unfortunately, it was not a high turnout. I'll say
No.
that just kind of simply for the November Village Friday. It was a little discerning. But of course, it is the slow season here. The snowbirds are starting to
Mm,
arrive. So it is a little bit more of a bare bones locals too, because not everybody has come back. There's still a lot of properties that are, not inhabited. So hence, therefore, that's less butts in the seat and less butts walking through the pass. But
yeah, and we were just coming off of like government shutdown
yeah,
and like
true.
a couple of external factors that as someone that is a participant really in the tourism market, we've definitely seen more people traveling, obviously, than last year at this point, but
Yeah, right.
we've seen it pick back up a little bit too. So hopefully, but yeah, I mean, and it
Good.
does help that, I
Because
mean, the
this Friday,
bands,
I thought, oh, we're back. We're back. We're back.
so
We're back.
good. I
Because it
love it.
was so good. It was a combination of not only, again, with everyone going all out for the holiday season and this particular Village Friday, it was so many things. Well, of course, we had already had the tree lighting ceremony that Stephanie was mentioning earlier. I think it was Thursday. Did they turn it on?
Yeah.
Or Wednesday? I forget.
Wednesday we decorated, but I think Saturday night was the actual like
Actual lighting.
lighting. Yeah.
Okay. So it was up, but forgive me, it was behind the stage where the Spasmatics were playing, which is
Yes,
one of
right,
my favorite
exactly.
locale bands. They always put on a good show. They're just high energy. They play the dancing songs. They like, it's people like what they're hearing. I have to say, like, shout out to all the bands that ever have performed with Final
Yes.
Fridays and Village Fridays and before. Artistry with some of them, but you got to keep the people jumping. You got to
Yeah.
keep the people moving. And so, there's just those certain songs that just hit right. And so everyone's not going anywhere because you're holding their attention to having the good time. Shout out to some of the businesses too, because I know this was kind of a last minute effort, but the business Christmas decoration contest, which was attempted this year, where actually the businesses were invited to participate in decorating externally and
Yes.
internally, whether it be in their shops or their restaurants. Um, Pirates Pub.
Oh, Amber did an amazing job. I
I
mean, just amazing.
Holy hell. You know what?
Gingerbread house was her theme.
It was a ski
Nailed it.
lodge. It was a ski lodge.
Total
And
ski lodge of gingerbread house. It was amazing.
she had the all of the bars that participated. I haven't even got to the other part that was going on that night. So not only was there a Christmas decoration contest for the businesses, yeah, the Spasmatics playing for the band, and there was a pub crawl going on, and it was the 80s. I was about to say 80s hot tub time machine pub crawl, but that's not what it was technically called. It was just the 80s pub
I
ski
think
lodge.
I mean, I have it on good authority from you earlier that you actually made it that.
I coined it that because,
You had
shout
to
out.
participate.
I did it. I
And then
participated in every aspect of it, including the toy drive, but I ran out of time. I did not have my amazing 80s snow bunny costume ready to go like I thought I would. I will be better prepared next year because there were some people there that were decked out, and I thought that would just be so
oh,
fun.
I love it.
So it was amazing. I was going to say, but yeah, shout out to Amber at the Pirates Pub. I'm sure she's going to have her decorations up through the season. You guys
Where
have
did you
got
spend most of your time hanging out?
Pirates Pub in
Oh, good
between the
for
stage and
you.
Spasmatics and the
Mm.
Pirates Pub. They actually had a drink special for the pub crawl that was $13. There was two $13 options. One of them came in a souvenir cup, which
Oh,
was a replica moose glass from the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where Clark and Eddie are sitting there
yeah,
drinking the
you're all over
eggnog.
that.
Oh, give it to me now. And
Exactly. You
and
had
then
me at Moose
they
is
had
your
another one called
attitude.
this, forgive me, but I think it was the Snowman Ski Slope, and it was a 32-ounce Long Island iced tea.
Oh,
Wait, with blue Caraco. You know how you are with blue, okay? And it had a keepsake snow rubber ducky on the top of it.
throw
and it came
myself
with
a
this.
shark gummy in it, and oh my God, I would have been lit.
Listen, it had a stir straw, and there were gummies
Oh,
on the stir straw, and I was like, "Where is Stephanie? Where is
seriously.
Stephanie?"
I was trying to be a responsible mother
Okay, well,
that
we have to
night.
go in there and we have to tell Amber that you need one of those
Yeah,
because
I'm going to have to request one. Okay,
I
I'll be
took a
there in 10
picture. I
minutes.
took a picture, and so we'll make sure to include that. I have a picture of the moose mug, and I have a picture of the ski slope drink, so we will put that in on our social pages.
OMG.
But I was
I
like,
am
dude,
so mad now.
she made this for you.
Why did I have kids?
You're a good mother. And here's the thing. If we didn't know,
We didn't know. Thank
you would
God
have
I
been
didn't
there.
know. I thank God I didn't know, actually.
And God bless Trent, because I, of course, wanted the moose mug. So
Oh,
he
no.
ordered the ski slope one. And Trent is a good time. Don't get me wrong. But he is not a good time Charlie like I am. And so he's not, I don't want to say a big
No, poor
drinker, but
Trent.
it's like he doesn't usually have as much to drink as I do. And so he got this giant 32 ouncer and
Oh,
he's like holding it and he's like, oh my God. And then we find out that it's a Long Island. And it was like, oh my God. And
that is
Trent
like
goes,
everything in the kitchen sink thrown in there.
and then blue Caraco enough to make it
Yeah,
blue.
I mean, seriously, once you said the blue Caraco, I was like, we're gonna have to have
Well, and
her
then you said the
redo this
gummy
again.
thing, and I was like, no,
You're ruining
a
it.
stir stroke with the gummy. No, you weren't ruining it. I was like, yes, 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 yes. I was like, all the things.
That
So
Stephanie
yeah.
would have loved.
Oh my God, it was made for you. I was like,
It really,
Amber
it might have been.
well, we have to go and make sure that we get another one. I will make sure
Okay,
that
I'll meet you
Stephanie
there
and
in
I
10
go and check
minutes.
it out because when I left that night, even though I will say this and then we can move on, but I just am so obsessed with her decorations. We talked about it during the meeting today
Yeah.
about let's do a pop-up bar. So
Yeah,
in
she
St.
set the
Petersburg,
standard.
yep, in St. Pete, in downtown St. Pete, and I know in Tampa, I see these pop-up theme bars where they'll actually be in an existing bar or restaurant, but they make it into like a Christmas pop-up bar, or they make it into the Halloween pop-up bar, and they have specialty drinks and all of the decorations to the nines. And she did it. She did it without even being told to do a pop-up bar. And I think forever she should be the holiday pop-up bar. But we'll see if someone gives her the run for the money because now
Yeah.
she set the bar.
She
So
did. She
I
set
will
the
say
bars
this though,
right.
when I walked out of there, I still had my little moose mug, and it'll make sense why I hold both fingers up like this. I
Yeah.
walked out to the Spasmatics, and the second I rounded the boardwalk and came into view of the stage, I swear to God, I had people running up to me. Where did you get that cup? Where did you get
Yes.
that cup?
Oh, I
Where
love
did you get
that.
that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? And so the next time I went to Pirates Pub for a refill, blah, blah, because it was, oh, I forgot to mention,
Stop judging.
what was in the moose cup. It was a hot cocoa espresso martini.
Oh, Caitlin.
So I went back
Those
for
are like drinks were like designed for us.
That's what I was like. I think she loves us. I think
She doesn't even know it yet, but she does.
and we love her.
We'll have to
in a
tell her.
totally
Just so you know
non-creepy
you
way.
do love us. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. She'll
What
be
was that,
okay
Sally
with it.
Field? Where it's like, you love
Yeah.
us. You really
You do.
love
You
me."
really love us. You do.
Yeah, well, and of course it'll be a slur because you love us.
Exactly.
But I swear it was like I carried it out into the crowd like a beacon, like like a Batman moose beacon.
Advertisement,
And I go
yeah.
up there, and every single person sitting at the bar was somebody that I had seen in the crowd, including our lovely mayor and her husband. And they were all ordering the moose drinks. And I was like, yes. So
Awesome.
And then the saddest thing happened later. I was at the Bamboo Beach Bar and somebody knocked mine off of the bar and it broke.
Oh,
It's okay. I took it home and I super glued it back together and everything's fine.
everything is
Well, first
as
I got
fine
on
as it can
Amazon
be.
and looked up how much it would be to replace it. And then it was for $13, $14. And I was just like, I could just super glue it back.
I'm just going to super glue it. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
so
that's
Friday
amazing.
night, there was so many more things going on in the past, but Friday night we did miss you, and you will have to be there next year. And just tell
I will have to be there next year.
and just
I
tell
mean,
Flynn, that I'm coming to kidnap you. So.
I mean, as I told you earlier, my daughter was taking the SAT on Saturday morning, and she has very high goals of.
Yes.
And I was a single parent this weekend as my husband went up to Connecticut to visit friends and family before the
party
holidays.
on Wayne. No, I'm just kidding.
Party on Wayne is right. Party on, man.
Party
and
on,
so
Barb.
I was, I think I sat on the couch while she was doing her SAT studying because, my child studies for the SATs. Just this child, but this child studies for the SATs. And
Eh,
I think I just sat around watching a little P. Diddy 50 Cent
I gotta watch that. I
documentary
gotta
as
see that. Yep.
he did that interview. Well, I'm going to say this real quick because I don't want to derail this
Oh,
whole
please do.
conversation as
No,
we
please
like
do,
to.
because I want to see
But
the
he
receipt.
did that interview with ABC
Yep.
50 Cent
Yes.
because that is the only channel that they get in prison.
Dude, I heard that, and I find that so petty and hilarious.
Hysterical. But
And
anyway,
I've
yeah.
liked him actually, before we just
Mm-hmm.
completely tangent. I've liked him since he dated Chelsea Handler back in I think it was
Oh
like
my God.
2000, like tens or
Yeah.
something, for a couple of years. And they were so cute when he would go on her show, and they would sit there with the two chairs, like late night hosts or whatever, and the banter. He's hilarious.
Hysterical.
He is hilarious, and
Mm-hmm.
he's fun. Like I said, he's funny. He can be suave. He's truthful, and I have to feel that he is so vindicated at this point. And the
I
good
think he
part,
must be
and you know
because
what,
he's the
though?
one that's been saying this all along.
He has been saying all along, but I will say, I'm glad though that it didn't like impede him, because think about all the people that didn't still make it in the industry because they took that stance and they were blacklisted. And so it's like, thank God Eminem and Dre were just like, yeah, he's with us. And so
Yeah.
this is going to happen whether or not, he
Yeah,
runs.
there's all those little battles. I mean, Taylor Swift she has a song, one of her in her new album that she mentions 50 Cent.
I
And
have it on good authority too that P. Diddy was the one that put a hit out on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she has this song called Ruin the Friendship that mentions him. And you know that she's so lyrically talented. You
Yes.
know that there was a reason she mentions that
Mm-hmm.
as a, but I'm obviously, her and I haven't had that specific conversation for me to confirm it,
But I know what you meant.
but I mean, we just haven't gotten there yet. So, I'll let you know after I
I just feel
talk
like
to her
you're
again.
Karen from Mean Girls, where it's like, I have ESPN. Yeah. There's a
So, but
60% chance it's
anyway,
already raining. Right.
exactly.
Oh my
So, but I
God.
was there Saturday morning because I knew
Yes.
because
Tag
Wayne's
team.
World
So,
was up there partying up north that I was going to have to work all day Saturday, and
yes.
I did not know specifically, but I assumed that if I went to Village Friday on Friday night, I was going to definitely regretting my entire life choices from Friday night all day Saturday, and I knew I had to
Yeah.
work. So
You had
I
more to
think
do on Saturday.
I had to be responsible. So Saturday morning I worked though, and I was acting like it was Village Friday
Yeah, buddy.
because yeah, buddy. So because I was so there was the flamingo event
Yes.
and they were handing out these, oh, I wish I had the prop right now. They were handing out these, I'll put a picture up for everyone. They were handing out these pink flamingos and they would put a Moscow Mule in it.
Damn it.
So, yeah.
I am
It
all
was
for souvenirs.
delish.
Okay.
I'll bring it when we come to do the edits too. It was so yummy. And so unfortunately the wind, and it was pretty windy on Saturday. It was kind of not good boat weather. I mean, we were barely open ourselves, but they ended up not doing it the exact same way that they wanted to. But interestingly, of course, because this is the world that I live in, Odie was with me, so my dog Odie, and so I
Yay,
was
Odie.
holding him with the tennis ball as I always have because that's his leash. Because
He's
a
obsessed,
leash he
right?
doesn't work, but a tennis ball does, and so I didn't even realize it. But so they awarded a kid on Saturday morning with all expenses paid to Disney World because that was what his wish was.
Yes.
But 10 minutes prior to him going up on stage with his adorable family,
Oh,
we, of course, he was playing ball with Odie. I didn't know it was the kid. I mean, I had no
the
idea.
kid,
Yeah,
right?
the
You
kid.
thought
I
it
didn't
was
even know. It
a
was
kid.
adorable.
Yeah.
So, but they did a really, really nice job. They had a Santa Claus there, which was awesome. The music, there was a DJ that was there, and that just kind of like kept going. The whole party kind of kept going the whole day. And then
Nice.
they had I didn't make it to the Christmas tree lighting that night, but
Well, and actually during the day, simultaneously, I think almost there was a kids fishing tournament that took
oh
place on
yes,
the
yes,
wall.
I walked down to the Donstock area and saw
Yeah,
that happening. I mean, there was it was so cute because most of the parents were holding the reel because the kids literally just didn't have the attention span. But the rules were that the kid had to reel it in.
gotcha.
They could let their parents hold it, but the rules, and so they were, every kid got assigned a number, and then like if you caught something, you had to tell the person like what it is that they, and there was someone running around, and it was some sort of fishing contest, but it was adorable. There was a ton of kids over
That
there.
makes me so happy. Yeah, because that is one of the more popular events that I remember for turnout is the children's fishing tournaments. They occasionally have them in Johns Pass, and they'll have them at ROC too.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, and I
ROC
guess it
Park.
wasn't
So,
as popular. Well, popular is the wrong word, but it wasn't as crowded this year as last year because, well, the weather was so iffy on Saturday that I'm sure people just didn't
yeah,
know as to whether or
yeah.
not. But yeah, but I actually on Saturday night, which I was so excited to do this. I mean, it was pouring at one point on Saturday night, but I met
Yeah.
my parents over at Friendly's Tavern.
Good.
I was
And
really, really excited. I am I am not a nostalgic person. I really
uh,
am not. It's one of the things that I wish I was a little bit more. I am so happy that they're reopened. I We have so many memories as a family. We were trying to figure it out, and I think that we've been going to that place now. They have changed ownerships a couple of times since I'm aware of it. It was originally down the street and then they moved it over to this in the 80s. So it's been specifically the Friendly Tavern since the early 80s. And they have some fantastic pictures of it from a long time ago, too.
nice.
Um, but we have probably been going there, my parents and I think, since 2005. So over 20 years we've been going there. And we have had so many memories there as my parents have lived in Indian Shores. And uh, so it was always a great place for us just to go to. And there's a waitress there and she's there still. And
Good.
all of the little things that they needed to fix or like kind of reinvent, they did. There's
Okay.
more tables, which are good. The bar is bigger, and
Okay.
they have a tiki bar outside. And I think that that was
Good.
part of the permitting issues because I don't know if it was originally permitted or went up in the middle of the night, like a lot of the
Yeah, that might have
beaches.
been an Uncle Bobby. Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
it might have been an Uncle
70s.
Bobby
Kind of
stepped
like
in
a
and did
second
that in the middle of the night.
floor.
We don't
Yeah.
know how it happened. Must
What do you mean? It just is here. It's always
What's
been here.
tiki?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Right.
Yeah. So, but they made it so that the bar, the like bartender could go and do that bar and then come back through. So that might be how they
Oh,
got around it permitting wise. And I mean, they used to have a cigarette machine, so probably that got lost in the hurricane. They had a jukebox, so that probably got lost in the hurricane.
yeah,
But
probably.
and it's fantastic. It was it was a little loud, and they'll figure out the acoustics, as that's always, it's a bar and it was a little loud, but they'll figure out the acoustics of it, and they were figuring out the lighting still when I was there. But I'm so happy that they're back open. And and they have entered the bloody arena.
Hmm. Yeah. Gladiators, let's go. Bring
Yes.
their
Yeah,
cheap.
so we've got Pirates Pub that we've talked about that has an amazing Bloody Mary. We've talked about Mahoffer's that has an amazing Bloody Mary. And
And I
then
was actually
Scully's,
impressed with Scully's. I was just about to say,
Cat 5.
I now have to include Scully's in the
Yeah,
race.
Scully's has hit the arena when it is the Bloody Arena. When we talk about it and you see it online, you see Scully's Cat
And you know
5.
what? I actually would want to pour one out too because the Sea Breeze, RIP, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's not there.
Seabreeze has got some stuff going on. There's
Figure
some
it out.
legal battles actually going on
Figure it out.
there.
Okay.
They'll figure that out. There's just some legal behind the scenes battles going on right
But
now.
the difference between all of those watering holes and Friendlies, though, because since
Yes.
you've been there, correct me and tell me if this is true. They have Friendlies Tavern has a Bloody Mary bar where
Yes.
it is
It's like
real, where
build your own
that's
bloody.
what I want. That's what I want. A BYOB, build your own bloody. Let's go, because I've seen pictures of it and it looks like, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a bear my drink. And
Yes.
so it looked like they're going to be offering the Bloody Mary bar on Saturdays and Sundays. And I checked out their breakfast menu
I
too.
think for breakfast, do they? I think their breakfast menu looks good. I think Michael and I might go there for breakfast tomorrow
They're
for
going to
his
serve breakfast
birthday.
every day, but I think they just
Yes.
announced that for now they're only going to have the Bloody Mary bar on Saturdays and
Oh,
Sundays.
okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
again,
Yeah, and
I'm
they're
sure
bringing
you
back
can
all
get
those activities that they did before too, like karaoke starts at 9 on the weekend. Oh God, here we go, Caitlin. Oh boy, wind the girl up. Here we go, wind the girl
add
up.
it to the list.
Add it to the list, and then they're doing bingo on Tuesdays, trivia on Wednesdays. Yeah, so they've got. I'm just so that area is really hard hit. Like their businesses are finally starting to come back, but that area was hit hard, and so I'm so excited that they're back in
That is
business.
exciting. Thank you, Friendlies, for reopening it. Thank you for also taking a page out of history and not changing everything.
They really
Essentially,
didn't.
only change what's broken, only fix what's broken, and don't
That's
fix
right.
the rest of it. And
Yeah.
that's what we needed. And that's what
Yeah.
the people wanted. And I think that you and your family, your parents going there, given your tenor of frequenting there and patronizing there, perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
I would trust
We
your
were all, with the three of us, were so excited to go back. I
good.
mean, yeah, I just, yeah, I'm so excited that it's back, and I'm so glad that it's under a different level of ownership. And I just, and they also care about the roots of it, and I think that that is so special to people that have been going there for so long. So thank you, Friendly's Tavern.
Yep.
And
I
they've got
love
their
it.
flamingo that they're using as their mascot, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out how to get some of that flamingo swag. I'll tell you what, I'm on
But
it.
yeah, they've
So,
got pink
yeah.
shirts and everything. I bet you we could get
Mhm.
some. I'll look and
Yeah.
see. I'll
Well,
look and
and shout
see.
out to Caddy's too, because we saw a new shirt that they have called Caddy's Daddy, and I need it. I don't know,
Well, I
nobody's
think you
daddy,
do.
but I need to wear it like at all times.
I think it could be someone's daddy. You never know. I
I've been the man of this family for years. Okay, no,
Yeah, me too.
right?
That's probably why we
We've
get
talked
along.
about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. So no, so wrapping up this past weekend before we tell the good people all the fun things that are happening, we haven't even talked about football
I
yet, which is
know. Well,
insane.
there's not much to talk about.
There's not much to talk about, and we'll dance around it. But yes, in John's Pass Village, Saturday night, they wrapped it up. Santa and Mrs. Claus came, turned on our tree for us. There was a big to do. So that was fun. I'm sorry I missed that. I wasn't at the tree lighting, and I don't think you were either. So
No, I saw it live though. Actually, I pulled up, I think while I was
how
sitting there.
neat is that you
So
can tune
cool.
in live? That is so
Yeah.
freaking cool. I didn't
Yeah, I
know
heard
that.
everyone cheering, and yeah, someone must have been, I think it was City of Madeira Beach that went live stream on Facebook or something.
That's fantastic, and I love that. So I will be better next year. I will be better
Well, we'll
prepared.
try to be. I mean, we try to do everything we can, but
And then Sunday, I mean, Sunday, besides raining, which we desperately need, and I forgot to pull my car out from the carport so I can get my free car wash. Dirt. So my car is still dirty, and I feel like everyone else in town is like, "Why is her car? Where has she been? Like, why is her car
yeah.
still dirty?
Is
It
she on
rained like
vacation?
Noah's Ark yesterday. Like, what's wrong with her?" And so, yeah, no. Apparently, I'm just collecting all the dirt. So, um, but football, our regularly scheduled people, I don't even want to
Yeah, the
talk
people
about
that
it
we root
anymore.
for, just like we got the Bucks that were playing in the pouring rain,
They don't love
and
us somehow.
I mean, they're playing a freaking team that's 2-80,
Oh
and we
God, that's
lose. I mean, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Saints and Atlanta always give us a run for our money. And the Saints game was on Sunday, and my father and I
yeah.
are going to the Atlanta game on Thursday this week. So they always give us a run of our money. But for God's sakes, figure this out. I mean, the Bucks were like, they're just like every other team. They had such high hopes, and they were riddled with injury, but that's just no excuse anymore.
That's
And
pretty much where we're at. We're riddled
yeah,
with injuries on the Chiefs. We went into it already having three of our O line was already substitutions, and then on the first play, I believe it was our left tackle. Something bad
yes, I saw
happened.
that. Yeah, I saw
Something
something.
bad
But I
happened
think that
because
I think
yeah,
that most of your players just forgot to put their hands on that
Jesus,
game.
Mary and Joseph, can someone get someone some? Was
I
it pine
saw
tar?
like a
What's that
meme
freaking
of
pine
it.
tar? Like, stick it.
I
Like, come on.
saw a meme of it, and I was like, Are we wearing mittens? What is going on here? That's crazy. Poor,
It's
I
like
mean,
somebody it's like Home Alone and somebody took their gloves and put it in
yes.
Crisco or something
And
and
put
then
them in
handed out
mittens
all the
instead of, you can't
gloves or
have wear gloves.
whatever.
Today you're not wearing gloves because it's just not fair to the team you're playing. So we're going to give you mittens so that it becomes a fair game. Let's see how you do.
Ugh, here's
But
some oven
yeah,
mitts. Yeah, no. Apparently we don't know. We're Ricky Bobby, and we don't know what to do with our hands. That's what it is. Because there's so many memes floating out there. Travis Kelsey, right off the hands, right off the numbers. I think it's been like 3 off of him
yeah,
interceptions for the year. Worthy apparently couldn't pull it in either. And then again, honestly, even with our third string backup, orchestra pit players,
right.
our offensive line wasn't that bad. I just catch the ball.
Yeah,
And I will say this, our defense, God, I wanted to win just for them because they
yes.
tried. They did.
They
They
did play
actually
very well.
looked badass in the second half. It just wasn't good enough. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, and then I had my Cooper and Brody actually, although they were not home, they were watching the game together. So I thought that was sweet. There was no
that is, yeah.
drywall that was impacted. As I think if Cooper would have lost, there might have been some drywall issues, but because the Packers won, and in the last second they won because it was close to. Uh, Caleb Williams did have an opportunity to tie the
But
game,
it's
and they
just like it's probably for the best because he would be a nightmare for the
yeah,
next
and
2
we still
days.
have one more season or one more game to make it
Oh, that's
through,
right. They play again. Yeah.
and that will definitely be tough one. But then and then what was also sad, but also interesting too, is that the Indianapolis Colts lost their quarterback. And he's a rookie and he's been doing so well. But
Yeah, it's been good.
on the flip side, guess who's like trying out for it today? Philip Rivers. He's like, what is he like? What is he, 44,
I'm
40 some
sure
years?
he's a nice guy, and we are not the ones that coined this, but a couple years ago we heard Phyllis Rivers, and we have never called him Philip again in
Anything.
my house.
Yes.
He is now forever Phyllis Rivers.
But Troy Aikman on the game last night that, was the Phillies,
It's like a
whoever,
cockroach.
Chargers game, and Chargers won in overtime. But regardless of that, but he was like, I think any team that would get him would be amazing. So
Oh,
good
yeah.
for him. Good for him.
You know what?
That's
I mean,
exciting.
it's a trustee, right? We're not just throwing out
Yes.
another rookie that we like
Yes.
traded a
They
first
need
round pick for.
someone.
Do it.
Hey,
Do it.
we're living in an era right now, or an NFL season right now, where every single team. How many teams are in the NFL? How many?
I
don't
don't
know. A
know.
lot. We should know this, but we don't. And there's so many teams in the NFL right now, and they cycled through 5 rounds before Shador Sanders got picked up, and he's the starting QB now
There
for
we
the rest
are.
of the season.
That's
What kind
because
of
his
season
dad
we
already
have.
sold his soul to the devil, so it was going to happen whether they drafted him first or not. Because he's like, it doesn't matter because things will happen and he will.
Yes.
No, I was kidding.
Yes, that's right.
It's so funny because, like you said, when you're just like anything's possible, the possibilities are endless. And maybe
We're
should go
seeing
play.
what that means.
Maybe we should go play trivia because all I could think about was I think it's the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella.
Yes.
You remember that one they did with Brandy and Whitney Houston for television?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that song where it's like, it's possible.
Yes.
That was all I hear.
That's all that's going on.
Except for our teams, it's impossible because they just don't want it as bad as we do. No, I'm just kidding. So we'll stay tuned. I'm still debating my navy blue Bears shirt.
Yeah.
I will say this though, watching that Bills Bengals game, I had to turn the channel just practically because I was too cold looking at it. That looks horrible.
Horrible.
That looks absolutely
It was like, wait,
horrible.
what is that white stuff? That doesn't look like sand.
Yeah, no, absolutely horrible. I
no,
mean,
thank you.
Their own, but I just look at that and I think, why do people live there?
Here's where we insert commercial, just so if anyone is looking to relocate, just so you know, Caitlin and I actually are practicing real estate agents in the state of Florida.
Ding! Right.
Continue the regularly scheduled program.
When you come to your senses, we will be here to hold your hand. Right. No, and it's just like, I want to hold her hand and be like, you don't have to do this, right? There's other places that you can go in the world where you don't have to deal with this shit. Oh my
Unbelievable.
God. I mean, again, to each their own. And I love the camaraderie that they ask for the volunteers or voluntold basically to come and shovel the stands. I think that's a beautiful community
Well, the
thing.
crazier thing is that they're building the stadium 3 feet away from the one that they're currently played in, and they still
Without
didn't put a dome on it. Those people
or
are
even a
crazy.
retractable one. You know what?
Crazy.
It's because you deserve this. Okay. That's what you want. Then you just, whatever. But
But
like,
even as a city, monetarily, wouldn't you want to one day host the Super Bowl?
right.
You're now never going to.
No. And another thing is think about too, all the events and concerts that could be held year round.
Yes.
Arena concerts.
Yep.
We're talking, guys, Buffalo. We're talking.
That's because it's too cold. They're not thinking straight. It's got to
You
be the
get Kenny
reason.
Chesney
There's
in the
literally
summer,
no
like the
other
rest of
reason.
us, but then you get, somebody else like Taylor Swift in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But you're never
Yeah.
going to get her because you don't. Anyway.
That's why you choose Dunkin' Donuts and not Tim Hortons. I mean, that's just what's going on up there. You're drinking the wrong coffee and it's giving you bad financial advice.
Comes down to your stupid coffee. Okay. But I will say this, again, I have mad respect for the Bills. Josh Allen, you're a beast. I've said it before. We can't have all the beasts on our team, but
No.
I respect your athleticism.
We respect your play.
And we respect your game.
We do.
I will always cheer when Mr. Burrow loses.
Yes,
I
you
think
will.
he is a brat. Sorry. So I hope the Bungles fans don't take that too hardly, but you circle around our stadium calling it Burrowhead one more time.
Yes, I was just going to say that just hit a really, really bad chord for you permanently.
Yeah, it was
permanently.
like, you better finish up that last lap and get the hell out of Dodge because you're going to have a lot of mad, to quote Tech Nine, Mo. We're from the Mo, and we will. It's a show me state, Burrow. Okay, we will show you. It will be a fuck around and find out. Anyway.
That's right. It will. Just try it.
Oh, no,
see
as far
what
as
happens.
I'm concerned, Bengals, Bungles, whatever.
Exactly.
Go Bills. So, all right, football. Pretty much wrapped it up with that. So the few things that we have on the docket this weekend.
I know. Boat parade. Oh wait.
Yes.
So in order.
If we're going in order, then actually starting
Market,
on Friday
right?
night. On Friday night is going to be the kickoff of the Merry Beach Market Festival put on by the Pinellas Chamber of Commerce. Love you. Shout out to Barry and Jill over there. This is a great event that's happened a number of years in a row now with Rock Park in the city of Madera Beach. Obviously, last year we had to forgo. The Merry Market will actually take place this Friday, December 12th, and Saturday, December 13th.
Yeah, it was only Friday for a while, but it became so popular that they moved it also.
Guys,
Saturday,
we're talking over 150 local small shop vendors. We're going to have the Three Daughters Brewery, which we know we're fans of from the last event.
Guilty.
And they're going to have a VIP tent garden. There's, of course, going to be opportunities for pictures with Santa. I know last year they had like a snow zone, essentially, for the kids to go run.
Yes.
But other than that, they're going to have live music throughout the weekend. Friday night, they're actually going to have fireworks. So if you're sticking around, I believe the event starts at 5 p.m. on Friday. I believe the fireworks will be between 8 and 9 o'clock. Saturday, event kicks off again at 2 p.m. So you can make sure to get your good timing in Friday night, and then we'll see you early afternoon. Saturday is from 2 to 8 with the Madera Beach boat parade, the lighted boat parade Saturday night, kicking off from there at about 6:15. And then, of course, they're going to have music until 8. So we would love to see it.
Starts off over there and goes all the way, I believe, over to the pass, right? And then circles back around.
Which is great for me because I can see it take off at Rock Park and then we can scurry home and see it go by my house at 9:30. We also have it on good authority, people, because I know sometimes, we get a little salty with our little comments and we're doing the best we can, but we have it from the city today that they are going to do their able-bodied best to go up and down every canal.
Oh, I heard them saying that. I didn't know what they were talking about because I must have.
It's a big deal because I'll be honest, the locals that we look at the boat parade map, and I haven't been affected personally, but I have other neighbors and friends in the city it's supposed to go all the way back to their house.
Yeah, like by Crystal Island and stuff,
and
like go in and out right there.
And they don't go all the way in and they keep going. And so people just, perhaps are having watch parties or they've had people invited to their house to watch from the dock. And then all of a sudden the boat parade that was supposed to go by doesn't go by. Now, again, there's always factors, force majeure. There could have been something in the water. The tide could be abnormally low. There could be something, whatever. But we heard it from the city this morning at the meeting that we attended that they are going to go down every planned route of this place. So,
awesome. Yeah, that's a fan favorite. And I know there's been a couple of cities that have, unfortunately, because of weather or just not enough participation as people are still rebounding, that they've had to cancel. Yeah. So that's exciting for Madeira
I know the
Beach.
Reddingtons are a little disappointed that they're not going to have their boat parade. But hey, guys, if you just want to come a little bit south, we would be more than happy to host you. So
more than happy.
Yeah. And then Sunday, get your golf cart.
This is so cool.
Bring
I know.
your golf cart over here. No.
Or if you have a classic car, that works too.
No, I'm talking about you. Bring your golf cart.
It's not street legal.
Is it though?
No,
if it's decorated,
not. It has to be street legal for me to get it there. It's got you like in this my subdivision don't have to have it street legal to drive around it. But
and we are going to be on Gulf Boulevard. So yeah, on Sunday there's going to be actually different
get it street legal.
You should, and put a lift kit on it while you're at it.
May as well.
There's going to be 2 events actually, golf cart related parade wise on Sunday. So Sunday, December 14th, we have 2. First one is going to be taking place in the morning. It starts classic cars and golf carts. Classic cars are going to start at the Caddies in Treasure Island at 8:30 in the morning. You're going to then drive north and look at all the lovely people along Gulf Boulevard and meet up at the Scully's Caddies here in Johns Pass at 9 o'clock. You will then pick up all of us golf cart gals and we will join your classic car parade. And then we will all together go all the way up to the Caddies and Indian Shores. Once there, then we'll actually parade back south on Gulf Boulevard and it will end at Rock Park. Now, this is going to be the Christmas Classic Car and Cart Toy Drive. All the proceeds and all the toys that are raised are going to stay here with the children's charities. And again,
there's a watch party over at Friendly's Tavern too, as they have that fantastic, tiki bar that we were talking about outside, and they have. I mean, they're trying to participate so that they're saying they have the best porch is right
on Gulf Boulevard for you to watch.
Yeah, you're right. They do. Pleasure. Yeah,
and
they would.
We've heard a rumor that might be where the judges are located.
We've heard
that might be where the judges are going to be looking. Yeah. So make sure to put on a show when you go by Friendly's. And then actually later in the day, the Madeira Beach Holiday Elks Lodge is going to be holding their 5th annual golf cart competition or parade, golf cart parade, Christmas golf cart parade. There we go. But yeah, Holiday Elks Lodge. I am a member. So 12 here in Madeira Beach, that starts at 4:30 p.m. So if you already have your golf cart decorated, you might as well take part in the evening one.
Just keep going.
Because it's going to be a totally different vibe. You're going to be able to turn on all the lights. And
whereas exactly.
Yeah, it's going to be locally here in Madeira Beach, good people. So that might be the one to bring the non-legal one to. No, I'm just kidding.
That might be. I just got to get off of Bay Pines Boulevard and then I'll be good.
Well, we could trailer it over here. I think the only thing you would really run the gauntlet on is on Gulf Boulevard. But, we know a couple sheriffs now. I mean,
we do.
Okay, right?
Maybe we could just name drop if not.
Yeah. And then to boot, everybody, I know this is not on any of this. And then to boot, on top of everything else, I know this isn't on the city page and this isn't on the chamber events, but heary, my mom is coming.
Oh, mom is coming. I can't wait.
So my mother actually comes here in a couple of days. She's going to be in town for all the festivities. And those that know me probably know that I refer to her not only as my mother, but Bambi. So Bambi is basically, it's like Cher. That's all that's necessary.
That's all that's necessary.
Bambi is coming. You're welcome. Come see us because I guarantee you, if you want to see this times 2, that's what's about to happen.
And she'll tell you it, as what I've been told.
And Stephanie will be like, I told you. You love it. Oh, good. All right, guys. Well, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. We're super, super excited about the timestamps that will now be located on our reels for you guys to check out the information in our full episodes. Of course, please feel free to give us a like, follow, and share on all of our social pages, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That's it for now.
Yeah.
And then we have full episodes, of course, on YouTube and Spotify. We have not kicked out that costume threat yet, but stay tuned. We'll see what we can do.
We'll see.
Otherwise, the
We'll
facial
see.
expressions are worth it. So act like you're not going to watch. All right, guys. Thanks so much
Exactly.
for tuning in, though. And let's let the good people know what they need to do.
Stay
Stay
salty and
salty.
sip often.
Bye.
Bye.